Black men in America suffer worse health than any other racial group in America and have the lowest life expectancy. The leading causes of these issues are often preventable or treatable with regular primary care. Now, these are staggering facts, and I've personally reported on them several times just in the last 2 years. But despite those reports, the statistics really haven't changed. And the reality is they won't until the message is driven home over and over. That is why visibility matters.
You never know who God can use.
What defines faith? For some, it's devotion, trust, a firm belief in a higher power. Here at Bates Memorial Church, on any given Sunday, the faithful find themselves transfixed on the booming voice and commanding presence
But God moves
of Dr. F. Bruce Williams.
in mysterious ways.
I've been in the church where I am for 37 years as a pastor and have earned their trust at the church and in the community.
Bates Memorial is here in Louisville's Smoketown neighborhood, just off of downtown. It's a historically black neighborhood and has been since the Civil War.
Historically, for a number of reasons, clergy has had influence in the black community. And to the degree that we have it now is to that degree we should use it, be good stewards of it.
What he had to say to that congregation one particular Sunday in 2020 may have turned into one of the most personal sermons he's ever given, and one of the most impactful.
But I just told them, look, this is what happened, blah, 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 blah. Y'all need to go. Men, y'all need to, all y'all, but men especially, y'all need to go.
Without any warning and without any noticeable symptoms, Pastor Williams, a former athlete who was taking his daily blood pressure medication as prescribed, had gone into heart failure. As you'd imagine, it was a surprise to his entire congregation, with the exception of one longtime church member.
He and I have a good relationship. I think he felt comfortable talking to me.
That is Dr. Kelly McCants. He's the executive director of the Norton Institute for Health Equity and, of course, longtime member of Bates Memorial Church.
Initially, his heart muscle was weak down into the 30% range. On good medical therapy, it came back to a normal range of 55%.
You're in heart failure, is what he said. So I didn't know what that meant. So I was waiting for him to explain to me why I'm in heart failure. What does this mean? Does it mean I got to get a heart transplant, or are you about to tell me, I'm sorry, you got about 6 months? I had no idea. All that was going through my head.
For a pastor and many like him, when you have high blood pressure for years, the heart muscle becomes weak. And if you don't take the right prescribed medications to reverse that, it can be pretty dramatic.
Dr. McCants prescribed Pastor Williams a daily medication that would stop the further deterioration of his heart, one that would not force him to change his active lifestyle.
And he said, in fact, it could do such a good job that your heart might be better than it was before. That not only was it detected, but that there was a strategy to address it. And had I not gone to my primary care physician, I probably would never have detected it and would have, as a consequence, been victimized by the consequences of having a bad heart.
Heart disease is the top killer of black men in America. In fact, some medical research shows the prevalence of high blood pressure in African Americans is the highest in the world.
Be careful how you treat the guy on the street.
Today, Pastor Williams' heart function is back inside a normal range. But the reality is, the potential life-saving impact of his story is far-reaching.
On a day in my clinic, I may see 30 people. On a day at his clinic, in the pulpit, he may be able to touch 1,000. If he can serve as that education piece, as that advocate, then we've won. He can touch thousands. It will take me a lot of clinic days to touch thousands.
Given my life as a pastor, I probably would not have been able to discern between fatigue from my job and fatigue from this condition. So it was important and imperative that I go regularly to a doctor. And so my issue now and what I promote now to my congregation and friends and others is, especially black men, go to the doctor.